Have you ever wondered how the UEFA 5-year ranking works? To me, it's always been a mysterium, as only a few people know how exactly it works. That's why I'm going to explain everything regarding the 5-year ranking today. So, what is this ranking? The UEFA 5-year ranking determines how well a club and even a league did internationally. The better a club plays in a specific season, the more points it earns. Depending on the competition your club plays in, whether or not it's the Champions League, the Europa League, or the UEFA Conference League, there are different points awarded. Let's firstly discuss the points which are the same in every single competition. For every win inside the competition, meaning in the group stage and the knockout stage, a club gets awarded 2 points. For every draw, they get awarded 1 point, and for every loss, they get 0 points. Inside the qualifiers, they get 1 point for a win, 0.5 points for a draw, and 0 points for a loss. There are obviously points which are depending on the competition you play in. Let's start with the Champions League. In the Champions League, every single club gets 4 points awarded for just participating in the group stage, and another 4 points if they make it to the round of 16. Every single round a club advances gives them an additional point. In the Europa League, things are a little different. In the Europa League, only the 2 best placing teams get awarded points. The group winner gets awarded 4 points, and the group runner-up gets 2 points. As we all know, the first place immediately makes it to the round of 16, and the second place gets into the qualifiers with the Champions League teams. As soon as a club reaches the round of 16, there's 1 more point awarded for each round advancement. So 1 point if you get into the quarterfinals, 1 point if you get into the semis, and 1 point if you get into the finals. In the UEFA Conference League, things are again a little bit different. The group winner gets awarded 2 points, and the group runner-up gets awarded 1 point. You get 1 additional point if you make it to the semis, and another additional point if you make it to the finals. Another important rule is that penalty shootouts do not count. So if your team advances because of a penalty shootout, for example, like in the quarterfinals Real Madrid this season against Manchester City, your team only gets 1 point for the draw, because statistically your team drawed after 120 minutes, but you obviously get one another point for advancing. Let's take this year's semi-finalist PSG for example. Inside of their group, they placed second and managed to win 2 games and draw another 2 games, meaning they get 4 for the 2 wins and 2 for the draws. So they have 6 points. Obviously, they participated inside of their group, so they get another 4 points for participation. And they have advanced to the round of 16, so they got another 4 points, adding their points up to 14. Then they advanced into the semi-finals, meaning they earned an additional 3 points. So their points are at 17 by now. Then they managed to win both games in the round of 16 against Real Sociedad, so they got another 4 points. In the quarters, they managed to win 1 game against Barcelona, meaning they get another 2 points, adding their points up to 23. Unfortunately, they lost both games in the semi-finals to Borussia Dortmund, so they don't earn any more points. Another example would be this year's Europa League winners, Atalanta Bergamo. They placed first in their group and managed to win 4 games and draw the remaining 2. So they get the 4 points for winning the group and another 8 points for winning 4 games, so that's 12. They drew another 2 games, so they are now at 14 points. Then they got into the final and obviously managed to beat the invincible Bayer Leverkusen this season, so they earned another 4 points, adding their score up to 18. Against Sporting Lisbon, they drew the first game and managed to win the second game, so they get 3 additional points. In the quarters, they then beat Liverpool in the first game and lost the second game, so that's an additional 2 points, meaning they get 5 extra points. In the semis, they managed to draw the first game against Olympique Marseille, and then they managed to win the second game, earning them another 3 points, adding their total score up to 8. And then, obviously, they managed to win the final, getting another 2 points. So there's 10 extra points for the knockout stage, meaning they're now at 28 points total. So let's look at the top performing teams over the last 5 years. As you can see, in first place there's Manchester City, as they managed to win the 2022-2023 season and got into the final in the 2020-2021 season. And second, we have Bayern Munich, as they managed to win the 2019-2020 season and managed to reach the semi-finals this year. Then in the third, we have Real Madrid, as they managed to win this year's Champions League and they performed overall really well. Then we have PSG in fourth, as they managed to get into the final in the 2019-2020 season and they managed to get into the semi-finals this year. In fifth, we have Liverpool, who just played astronomically throughout the 5 years, and they managed to reach the final in the 2021-2022 season. In sixth place, we have AS Rome, as they played really well throughout the Europa League. Then in seventh, we have Inter Milan, as they managed to reach the final in the 2022-2023 season. In eighth, we have then Borussia Dortmund, as they managed to reach the final this year and also played really well throughout the years. Then we have Leipzig in ninth and Chelsea in 10th, as they managed to win the 2020-2021 season. As you can see, they played really well when they reached the Champions League, as they don't even participate in any European competition in 2023-2024. Then we have Man United in 11th, Barcelona in 12th, Leverkusen 13th, Atletico Madrid in 14th, and Sevilla in 15th. Let's look at the top performing leagues as well. To determine which league performs the best, we need to add up all the points the clubs from the specific league earned combined and then divide it by the number of clubs which played internationally for this league. Then we add up these 5 numbers from the last 5 years. The top performing league over the last 5 years was obviously the Premier League. So they also get the most clubs internationally. They're currently sitting at 8. Then in second place we have the Serie A from Italy. As you can see, they managed to perform better and better throughout each year. As they only crossed Spain in this year, they still have only 7 clubs, but next season they will have 8. As they managed to perform really well throughout this year, so they earned another spot in the Champions League. In third, we have La Liga from Spain, currently sitting at 8 clubs as well. But if the Champions League wouldn't be reformed, they only would have gotten 7 next year. Then in fourth, we have the German Bundesliga, currently sitting at 7 clubs. But they're obviously also going to get 8, as they were the second best performing league throughout this year. Then in fifth, you have the Ligue 1 from France, currently sitting at 6 participants. I hope you got something valuable out of this video. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a like and ask any kind of question in the comments. Have a great day. Bye.